welcome to Superhuman Customs. I'm Stephen Human, and today we have a twofer. Sometimes I do this, and we have something a little bit different. Most of the time, as you guys know, I do McFarlane figures because that's what I love to collect, and I can find them at clearance generally cheaply. Well, today what I found was He-Man and Sun-Man on clearance for $6 a piece. And we're not gonna do anything crazy with either of these guys, but we are gonna do a full repaint on them. We're gonna ding up the armor, we're gonna metallic-ize, we're gonna make these guys look really cool. And I'm very excited because I think that this is gonna be just, I love He-Man. My first He-Man when I was a kid, that was the first action figure line I was ever into, and I got Battle Armor He-Man. That was the first one I ever got. So I'm very excited to have a more modern version of this, to be able to put him on the shelf with my other He-Man and just make him look really cool. So let's go ahead and dive in. First off, I was thinking about maybe spray painting all of this black, but I figured no, we're gonna do a nice layer of wash on everything, darken it up a ton, and then go through and lighten stuff up. So we're gonna do it everywhere, including in his hair and on all of his armor. And we're gonna do a nice thick layer so that it comes on just like that and it stays nice and dark. And then we will metallic-ize over the top. So that's how we're gonna go from here. And just over the next couple of minutes, I will be adding all of this stuff so that we can then lighten up our He-Man. And now the same thing with Sun-Man, though I'm going to try and avoid the star and such. I'm gonna light that up with some gold and lighten it up, but everywhere else, I'm gonna hit with this and then we're gonna do metallic over the top. And like we do with all of our metallics, we're gonna start with gunmetal gray. And we're gonna get it all over, do a nice light coat, almost a dusting of it. But that will allow us to start making this guy shimmer and shine. I'll go through with the thinner brush around the symbol, but for now I'm just gonna hit everything with this big boy and really start making it look the way we want it to look. And now with Sun-Man, we're gonna use my least favorite of the metallics, which is the red. I don't know why, but the red metallic it does not do as good a job as the others when it comes to coverage, when it comes to just kind of staying in place. It does a much lighter coating. I mean, they all do a light coat, which is what I want, obviously, but this one is just much, much lighter. It doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. Like the blue has always been just spectacular. The green's pretty good. But that's why we'll put the Model Air red over the top of it once we've got this in place. And then that's where the magic will happen with this paint. And we're back to He-Man, and we're doing a lighter silver now. Again, just a dusting. Hitting these edges, just getting a little bit of paint on here, just enough to kind of give us the look we want. Then after this, we'll hit him with the even lighter one, and then we should be good. I mean, this armor is really looking very like medieval almost, which is cool. You know, you don't want it to, I mean, yeah, you have the different versions of Battle Armor He-Man, obviously, with from the cartoons and stuff, and this one is obviously much more like real looking. I mean, it looks like he just stepped out of a medieval kind of comic book or something, but I'm really liking the look of it. So we're just gonna go through like we normally do. This is fun, just bouncing between one and the next, adding the metallics. I'm just going through with the green, and I'll do the same thing here where I'll add the metallic green to his like skirt loincloth thing, and then I will do the shade over the top of it so that he can look like how I did the Green Lantern. So I want this guy to look like he's in full metal all the time. It's gonna look awesome. Now what we're gonna do with my lightest silver, instead of doing a dusting, I'm just gonna kind of go and hit the edges in a lot of these areas. And it's gonna make it look just that much more of an old world kind of armor, as opposed to something that is magical or something. And you can do this however you want. You know, you can hit the edges like this, but for me, I want it to look battled. Now, this came with a different chest piece that has the dings in it, And I thought about using that one instead, but I figured no, I'm gonna have this one be the one that is displayed on the figure, but I'm gonna have the armor just have a little bit more of a personality to it and a dinged look, just as it would if he was fighting Skeletor in battles and stuff. It's gonna look great. All right, now the time has come for this red to really brighten him up. This is the best part right here, because as you get this on, the colors just explode because it highlights the metallic really nicely, and it just makes it so that it shines. We'll do the same thing with the green, but it's gonna look so cool. And this is a character, I mean, he has a very interesting history because he was designed when the Master of the Universe came out by, not by Mattel, but by a woman who, you know, she took her son and they didn't have any figures of African descent. There's no black characters, and so she made this one. She made him, and he looked very much like a He-Man character, and they sold them and everything, and then eventually Mattel bought the rights to Sunman and brought him into the He-Man universe. That doesn't usually happen, so that's a really fun history of this character of Sunman. And while we're here, let's do the green too. Just taking that green shade and going over the metallic. This guy's gonna look night and day different. Now let's go ahead and add some yellow to his hair. Now we're just gonna move it around a little bit. Just have this regular yellow. And we'll add a little bit of white to proceedings after this. So I'm just gonna move it around, add some highlights. And while we got the yellow out, we're gonna do the same to Sunman's wings. So we're just gonna hit some of these areas here and move the paint around a little bit. I want these to be translucent, but I also want them to be highlighted. And this is how we do it. Now let's do a dusting of gold here on his symbol to add some nice metallics. Because he's got kind of a shine, but it doesn't have the metallic grains to it that we want, where it looks like it's metal. So that's what this paint will add. Sunman is pretty much done, so we're just gonna concentrate mainly on He-Man. I'm just gonna put a little bit of little tiny white streaks in his hair just to accent the blonde. This goes a long way to making it so that it doesn't look like a green, just like it's catching the light a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. Now I'm taking just a little bit of light brown and I'm gonna hit his loincloth here with it so that we can make it look a little bit more like real leather. See, oh, look at that. Just a little bit. I'll go down here and do the same on his boots. Just catching the edges so that he looks more like real leather. Last thing we're going to do on He-Man is we're going to highlight some of his muscles with our brown wash. And this wash is not my favorite wash. It's not like the black wash where it goes on nice and smooth. This one beats up a little bit, so I need to move it around a little bit. We're just going to hit some of these muscles, darken him up, and make him look a little bit more toned. Now we're going to clear coat these guys with a shiny that I'm almost out of. As you can see, I've got He-Man all covered up, but I'm not doing the same with Sunman. I want Sunman to all be shiny because of the fact that he is like a solar being. So he is all going to be shiny and glossy. He-Man just the armor. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at these guys finished, and let's do the before and after. So you can see Sunman here. He's got much more of a metallic. He's shiny. Looks really good. I love how the gloss on his skin, it just makes him look like he shines. I've done that with characters before and it works here. And now here's He-Man. He looks rugged, man. I love just, he looks like he's going into battle, that he's seen some things. He's not just this cartoon character. He's a real warrior. And I dig that. This was super fun. I've wanted both of these guys since I first saw them because they were so cool, but at like 30 bucks, I was like, oh, you know, I don't want them that bad. So today when I found them for $6 a piece, I was like, these are the two. I'm getting them. I'm customizing them straight away. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're a He-Man fan like me, then this is just awesome. It's like my childhood came to life and I love it. Thank you for watching. As always, I'm Stephen Human. Check out stephenhuman.com for all of my novels. I'm a sci-fi thriller novelist. They're really good. That's not just me saying that. They get really good really great reviews. And then check out Quimbly's Toys and Games for all of your Peterson games and for horror games and family games. If you're into board games, Peterson's, you want to check out Quimbly's.com. All right, guys, I will see you next time.